University of Maryland, which along with Rutgers is now officially members of the Big Ten Conference. So there's that. The mascots for all the teams were in town yesterday making a big campaign push, big PR push.
And they're in New York today.
DC market, right, yesterday and today they're in New York doing the Today Show and all that stuff. So the question is, and Alex Pruitt wrote a story about this today, you could argue that this was a question even in the ACC for Maryland, but who are their rivals? Who will be the natural rival? Mr. Big Ten yourself, I want to start with you with your Penn State ties and your connections to Pittsburgh. Give me who you think is Maryland's most natural rival that will develop in the Big Ten.
I think, honestly speaking, it's very difficult to establish a rival when such historical rivalries are already established.
Who's Penn State's biggest rival in the Big Ten?
That's the thing about it. They don't have a biggest rival.
Okay, so I was wondering that.
When you look at, we hate Michigan,
sure,
and we hate Ohio State, but Michigan and Ohio State that's
right.
The rival.
Right.
There's not another rivalry game out. Paul Bunyan's acts with Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Yeah, they have all those different trophies. Yeah,
I get all those different things, but when you talk about natural rivalries, to be honest with you, I would say in basketball, there's the chance that Maryland basketball, if they can get back to where they need to be, and Michigan State basketball would actually show the potential and the makings of being a nice rivalry there. Yeah. I think that could be very nice, but as it applies to football, I think it'll be very difficult it's been difficult for Penn State to do it.
Right.
I don't think that it's just easily established. Like Penn State and Pitt were a rivalry. Right. That's what it was. And you're not going to see those type of battle lines drawn with a team like Maryland.
At least
or
right
Rutgers.
Off the bat. You got to give it some time.
It'd take a long time.
Keith?
There's two main ways rivalries develop. Geographic rivalries, when you're fighting for recruits and fans, live in the same household and root for different teams. And then there's the competitive rivalries. And until Maryland is competitive with somebody in the Big Ten, whether it's Penn State or Rutgers or somebody else in the Midwest, I don't think they have a natural rival. And I don't think you develop one until you start beating somebody. If they're going to be competing with Indiana and Illinois to win 3 games in the Big Ten, then that's who your football rivals are. Now basketball is a different story.
That's
but
your opponent.
Right, and they're not like rivalries
that
you can't get a ticket to the game. That type
that's
of
your
rivalry.
Opponent.
Dan, what's going to turn into the Duke-Maryland rivalry?
I think that in the ACC, it was two different things. It was a basketball rivalry with Duke primarily, but I think it was a football rivalry. I think Virginia was probably the school that people were most concerned with. So I think it'll be the same. I know LeVar's going to laugh and turn up his nose, but I think for football, there's no question that the team Maryland fans would want to beat the most is Penn State if they could only beat 100%.
A lot of the kids go to Penn State.
Yeah, because of the geography, because of the history.
James Franklin
thing, absolutely. But I think for basketball, obviously it's not going to be Penn State. I think that will be more like what you're saying, that it's going to take some time and some competitive battles.
I would love for that to become a rivalry.
I think Ohio State. I think Ohio State for basketball, there's a chance.
Yeah, well, look, there's NCAA tournament history between Maryland and Indiana, the championship game. Michigan State's knocked Maryland out of the tournament a couple years in the last 10 roughly. So yeah, there's potential groundwork for rivalries
for
there
basketball. I think it's certainly there more so for basketball.
It's got to be Penn State, LeVar. For football, it's got to be Penn State.
You're talking
no
about.
doubt. I want to beat you guys the worst.
You can't be a rival when you're 35-1-1. You got.
That's what it was in the past.
Right
now,
you
they're in the same
conference. You can't be a rival
conference.
when other teams' fan base will be overrunning your stadium either.
Well, that's going to be every team in the Big Ten, to be honest.
That's what you got to establish the battle line.
Hey, man, I'm going to Happy Valley. I'm going to wear my red at Happy Valley. We'll roll up there together, tailgate. I want to check that stadium out.